Ladies and gentlemen, success does not begin in your hands, it begins in your head. Your mind is the master key. It is the soil from which all things grow, good or bad, fruitful or destructive. The world you experience is not first shaped by your environment, it is shaped by your dominant thoughts. If you want to change your life, don't start with your circumstances, start with your mind. Let me share with you the habits of a positive mind, because a positive mind is a magnetic mind. It attracts opportunity. It sees the invisible. It believes in the impossible. And most importantly, it refuses to quit. Definite purpose. A positive mind is not a wandering mind. It is anchored in purpose. You must know what you want and be bold enough to claim it. Vague goals produce vague results. Clarity brings confidence, and confidence fuels positivity. Decide who you want to be, and your mind will begin to find the way. Daily gratitude. Gratitude is the oxygen of a positive mind. Every day find something to be thankful for. Not after the storm, but during it. A thankful heart sees light in the darkest hour. When you practice gratitude, you shift your focus from what's missing to what's possible. Mastery over self-talk. Your thoughts speak. They say things like, I can't, I'm not good enough, what if I fail? But a positive mind answers back, what if I succeed? Speak to yourself like you are someone worth believing in, because you are. Your internal dialogue creates your external destiny. Association with like-minded people. A positive mind does not grow in toxic soil. Surround yourself with people who lift your vision, not those who bury it. Be around those who talk about ideas, growth, faith, and solutions, not those who complain, blame, and drain. Your environment matters. Protect your mental climate. Persistence in the face of difficulty. The positive mind doesn't expect a life without hardship. It simply refuses to be defeated by it. When others give up, the positive mind grows stronger. When the door is locked, it looks for a window. When all else fails, it finds a way. The habit of persistence turns setbacks into stepping stones. Feeding the mind with power, just like the body needs fuel, the mind needs nourishment. Read books that inspire. Listen to voices that uplift. Study stories that spark courage. You become what you feed your mind. Garbage in, garbage out. Greatness in, greatness out. Faith in action. Faith is not a feeling. It is a decision to move forward when everything says stop. A positive mind believes in what it cannot yet see. It acts as if success is inevitable, and through that faith, mountains begin to move. Not because they are light, but because the mind refuses to back down. So I ask you today, what thoughts are you planting in your mind? What habits are you practicing? What kind of future are you building? One thought at a time. Choose positivity, cultivate it daily, water it with discipline, and soon your life will reflect the power of a mind that believes, persists, and conquers. Remember this, a positive mind is not born, it is built. Build yours with intention, and watch the world rise to meet you. Definite purpose is not just about having a goal or an ambition. It is the very foundation on which all success is built. It is the driving force that propels you forward when challenges arise, the spark that ignites the fire of perseverance, and the guiding star that gives you direction even when the road ahead seems unclear. A person with a definite purpose knows exactly what they want, and more importantly, they have a deep and unwavering belief that they will achieve it. It is this clarity of purpose that makes all the difference in the world. When you have a definite purpose, you are no longer wandering aimlessly through life. You no longer wake up each day without direction, uncertain of what to do or where to go. Instead, your days are filled with intention. Every action you take, every thought you entertain is aligned with the pursuit of that purpose. You know why you are doing what you are doing, and every step you take brings you closer to your goal. This clarity is what gives you the power to remain focused and determined even when faced with distractions, setbacks, and obstacles. The power of a definite purpose lies not only in its ability to guide you, but also in its ability to shape your mindset. When you are clear on what you want, you train your mind to recognize opportunities that align with that purpose. You begin to notice paths you hadn't seen before, doors you didn't know existed, and connections that will help you move closer to your goal. Your mind becomes a magnet for success because it is constantly focused on that singular goal. This process is often referred to as the law of attraction. The idea that when you set your mind on something and believe in it wholeheartedly, the universe conspires to bring it to you. But this is not a passive process. It requires action. The universe doesn't just hand things to you. It gives you the tools, resources, and opportunities to make your purpose a reality, but it's up to you to seize them. Having a definite purpose also instills a sense of discipline. Without purpose, we are easily swayed by every distraction that comes our way. It is easy to get caught up in the day-to-day hustle, moving from one task to another without a clear sense of direction. But when you have a definite purpose, you are able to say no to distractions that don't serve your higher goal. You become more selective with your time and energy, directing them only toward activities and people that will help you achieve your purpose. This discipline doesn't come naturally at first. It must be cultivated through consistent effort. But once you develop the habit of focusing on your purpose and disregarding the noise, it becomes second nature. The road to achieving a definite purpose is rarely a straight line. There will be obstacles. There will be setbacks. There will be times when you question yourself and your ability to continue. But it is precisely during these moments that your definite purpose will carry you through. When you have a clear goal in mind, setbacks are no longer failures. They are simply part of the process. A person with a definite purpose understands that failure is not a reflection of their abilities. It is simply feedback on what needs to be adjusted. They do not give up when they encounter difficulty because they are driven by something much larger than momentary disappointment. They are driven by the certainty that they are moving towards something meaningful. One of the greatest benefits of having a definite purpose is that it gives you the power of persistence. Many people fail not because they lack talent or intelligence, but because they lack persistence. They begin a project with enthusiasm but give up when things don't go as planned. They start strong but falter when faced with adversity. But when you have a definite purpose, persistence becomes a natural part of your journey. You don't give up because you are committed to the vision that you have set for yourself. Your purpose is more powerful than any obstacle that may stand in your way. It drives you to keep going even when the odds seem stacked against you. It's not about never failing, it's about refusing to quit no matter how many times you fall. A definite purpose also requires faith. It is easy to get discouraged when things aren't progressing as quickly as you had hoped, or when you face resistance from others who doubt your abilities. But the person with a definite purpose has faith in their ability to overcome challenges and achieve their goal. They believe that the work they are doing is meaningful and that it will lead to the results they desire. This faith is not blind optimism. It is a deep conviction rooted in the understanding that success is a process that requires time, effort, and patience. Faith in your purpose helps you remain steadfast in the face of adversity, knowing that the challenges you are facing today are preparing you for the success that lies ahead. Having a definite purpose also means taking full responsibility for your life. It means understanding that you are the creator of your own destiny. Your life is not shaped by external circumstances, but by the decisions you make and the actions you take. A person with a definite purpose does not blame others or make excuses when things don't go as planned. They understand that they are in control of their own journey, and they take ownership of both their successes and their failures. This sense of responsibility empowers you to make decisions that are aligned with your purpose, and it gives you the confidence to take risks and pursue opportunities that others might shy away from. When you take full responsibility for your life, you stop waiting for things to happen to you, and instead you begin making things happen for yourself. The power of a definite purpose is not limited to individual success. When you are clear on your purpose and committed to it, you also begin to inspire and motivate others. Your passion, dedication, and drive are contagious. People will be drawn to your energy and your vision. They will want to be a part of what you are doing, and they will begin to support you in ways that you never imagined possible. Your purpose becomes a beacon of light for others, and as you achieve your goals, you inspire those around you to do the same. The ripple effect of having a definite purpose can transform not only your own life, but the lives of others as well. But how do you discover your definite purpose? For some, it comes easily. They know from an early age what they are meant to do. For others, it may take time and reflection to uncover. The key is to remain open and willing to explore different paths. You must be willing to listen to your inner voice, to trust your instincts, and to pursue the things that ignite your passion. Your purpose may evolve over time, and that's okay. The important thing is to keep searching for what truly drives you, and once you find it, commit to it fully. Remember, a definite purpose is not just about achieving success. It is about creating a life that is meaningful, fulfilling, and aligned with your values. In the end, a definite purpose is what transforms ordinary lives into extraordinary ones. It is what separates those who live with intention and those who simply exist. When you have a definite purpose, you are no longer at the mercy of circumstances. You are in control of your life, your actions, and your destiny. You are on a mission, one that is guided by clarity, driven by faith, and fueled by perseverance. And when you live with a definite purpose, success is not just a possibility, it is an inevitability. Gratitude is one of the most powerful and transformative forces in the human experience. It is an act of acknowledging and appreciating the blessings, big and small, that life offers us every single day. But it's not just a fleeting feeling or a polite gesture. It is a habit, a mindset, a lifestyle that can radically change how we experience the world around us. When you commit to practicing daily gratitude, you begin to see the world differently. What once appeared as ordinary becomes extraordinary. What once felt like a burden becomes an opportunity. Gratitude, when embraced as a daily practice, opens your eyes to the beauty of life and brings you into alignment with the abundance that already exists around you. The concept of gratitude is not new. For centuries, philosophers, spiritual leaders, and thinkers have spoken of the importance of gratitude in shaping a positive life. But in today's fast-paced world, where stress, distraction, and negativity often dominate our daily routines, it is easy to forget just how much we have to be grateful for. We are so caught up in the pursuit of more, in the constant striving for success, and in the comparison to others, that we overlook the simple joys that surround us. But when you make gratitude a regular practice, you begin to shift your focus from what you lack to what you have, from the problems you face to the solutions you already possess. Gratitude opens the door to abundance, not just in material terms, but in the richness of your experiences, relationships, and inner peace. Daily gratitude is not about ignoring life's difficulties or pretending that everything is perfect. It is about choosing to see the good amidst the challenges. It is about finding the silver lining in every situation, even when things seem tough. Gratitude does not deny the existence of hardship. It simply provides a new lens through which to view it. When you practice gratitude daily, you start to notice the small things that make life meaningful. The warmth of the sun on your skin, the kindness of a stranger, the love of family and friends, the beauty of nature. These simple yet profound moments become the foundation of a fulfilling life. Instead of being consumed by the things that are going wrong, you begin to focus on the blessings that are already present in your life. One of the most powerful aspects of gratitude is its ability to shift your mindset. When you make it a habit to express gratitude every day, you train your mind to notice the positive, the good, and the beautiful in your life. This shift is not instantaneous. It requires consistent effort and intention. But over time, the more you practice gratitude, the more natural it becomes. It becomes your default mode of thinking. You begin to see the world through a lens of possibility and optimism, rather than scarcity and negativity. And as your mindset shifts, so too does your reality. You start to attract more of what you focus on, more opportunities, more positive experiences, more love, and more joy. The energy you put into the world is returned to you in ways you may not even expect. Gratitude also has a profound effect on our emotional well-being. When we focus on the things we are thankful for, we are less likely to dwell on our fears, anxieties, and insecurities. Gratitude helps to reframe our thinking, allowing us to let go of the negative thoughts that often cloud our minds. It brings us into the present moment and helps us to appreciate the here and now, rather than constantly worrying about the future or regretting the past. In doing so, it fosters a sense of inner peace and contentment. We begin to realize that happiness is not something we must chase or acquire. It is something that already exists within us. We simply need to acknowledge it, cultivate it, and allow it to flourish. Daily gratitude also has a profound impact on our relationships. When we express gratitude toward others, we strengthen our connections with them. We make them feel seen, valued, and appreciated. In a world where so many people feel unseen or unheard, taking the time to express gratitude for those around us can be a game changer. It builds trust, deepens bonds, and fosters a sense of belonging. Gratitude has the power to heal rifts, mend broken relationships, and create a sense of harmony and understanding. When we practice gratitude, we are not just lifting ourselves up, we are lifting up those around us as well. We become a source of positivity, encouragement, and support. And in turn, the energy we put out into the world comes back to us, often in ways that exceed our expectations. There is also a physical component to gratitude. Studies have shown that people who practice gratitude regularly experience lower levels of stress, improved sleep quality, and stronger immune systems. Gratitude has been linked to improved cardiovascular health, increased happiness, and a greater sense of well-being. This is because gratitude activates the parasympathetic nervous system, which is responsible for the body's relaxation response. When we express gratitude, we shift from the fight or flight mode into a state of calm, peace, and balance. This physical shift has a ripple effect on our overall health, making gratitude not just a mental or emotional practice, but a physiological one as well. But how do we cultivate daily gratitude? It doesn't require elaborate rituals or complicated processes. It can be as simple as taking a few moments each day to reflect on what you are thankful for. You can start by keeping a gratitude journal, where you write down 3 things you are grateful for each day. These can be big things, such as your health, your family, or your job, or they can be small moments, like the taste of your morning coffee, the sound of laughter, or a peaceful walk in nature. The key is consistency. By making gratitude a part of your daily routine, you begin to shift your mindset and experience life through a more positive and appreciative lens. Another powerful way to practice gratitude is by expressing it to others. Take the time to thank the people in your life for the things they do for you, both big and small. Send a text, write a note, or simply say thank you in person. By acknowledging the contributions of others, you not only make them feel valued, but you also reinforce your own sense of gratitude. The act of expressing gratitude creates a cycle of positivity that spreads far beyond yourself. It ripples outward, affecting everyone you interact with. Gratitude can also be practiced through meditation or mindfulness. Taking a few moments each day to focus on your breath and center yourself in the present moment can help you connect with the abundance in your life. During these moments of stillness, you can bring to mind the things you are grateful for and allow yourself to truly feel the depth of that appreciation. This practice helps you cultivate a sense of peace, calm, and contentment, even in the midst of life's challenges. As you begin to incorporate daily gratitude into your life, you will start to notice a shift in your overall perspective. The things that once felt mundane or insignificant will take on new meaning. You will become more attuned to the beauty and richness that already exists in your life, and you will begin to experience more of the things that you appreciate simply because you are focusing on them. Gratitude opens the door to a life of abundance, one where joy, peace, love, and prosperity flow freely. It is not a one-time fix, but a lifelong practice that, when embraced daily, has the power to transform your life in ways you never thought possible. So, choose gratitude. Choose it every day, and watch as your life unfolds in the most extraordinary ways. The power of self-talk cannot be overstated. It is one of the most profound influences on our thoughts, behaviors, and ultimately the results we achieve in life. Self-talk is the constant inner dialogue we engage in, whether we are aware of it or not. It's the voice inside our head that comments on everything we do, every situation we face, and every choice we make. This voice can be a source of motivation and strength, or it can be a source of fear, doubt, and negativity. Mastery over self-talk is the key to transforming your life, because when you control your inner dialogue, you control your destiny. Most people are unaware of the power of their self-talk. We are so used to hearing the voice in our heads that we don't question it, even when it is filled with negative or limiting beliefs. We hear phrases like, "I'm not good enough," "I can't do this," "I'm not smart enough," or "this will never work out," and we internalize them as truths. These thoughts become ingrained in our psyche and start to shape the way we see ourselves and the world around us. We begin to believe that we are limited by our circumstances, by our past, and by our own perceived inadequacies. This self-talk becomes a self-fulfilling prophecy, dictating the outcomes we experience. However, mastery over self-talk begins with awareness. The first step in transforming your life is to become conscious of the negative and unhelpful thoughts that dominate your mind. You must become an observer of your thoughts, noticing when they are discouraging, self-deprecating, or defeating. Pay attention to the language you use when you talk to yourself. Are you kind and supportive, or are you critical and harsh? Are you encouraging and hopeful, or are you filled with doubt and fear? Once you begin to notice your self-talk, you can take the necessary steps to change it. The next step is to challenge the negative thoughts that arise. It's important to understand that not every thought we have is true. Just because you think something doesn't mean it is a reflection of reality. For example, when you think, "I'm not good enough," ask yourself, is that really true? Have you not accomplished things in your life that demonstrate your ability? Have you not overcome challenges that show your strength? By questioning your negative thoughts, you begin to break their hold on you. You start to realize that they are just thoughts, and you have the power to choose which ones you give your attention to. Once you start to challenge your negative thoughts, you can replace them with more empowering and positive affirmations. This is where mastery over self-talk really begins. Instead of allowing yourself to think, "I can't do this," replace it with, "I am capable of achieving anything I set my mind to." Instead of saying, "I'm not good enough," replace it with, "I am worthy of success and happiness." Instead of focusing on what you lack, focus on what you have. Your skills, your strengths, your experiences, and your potential. By consciously replacing negative thoughts with positive ones, you begin to shift your mindset from one of limitation to one of possibility. One of the most powerful tools for mastering self-talk is the practice of visualization. Visualization is the process of mentally rehearsing your desired outcomes, imagining yourself succeeding and achieving your goals. When you visualize yourself overcoming challenges, performing confidently, and succeeding in your endeavors, you are training your mind to believe that these outcomes are possible. This practice helps to rewire your brain, replacing the old limiting beliefs with new empowering ones. The more vividly you can imagine yourself succeeding, the more real it becomes in your mind, and the more confident and motivated you will feel to take action toward your goals. In addition to visualization, another effective tool for mastering self-talk is gratitude. Gratitude shifts your focus from what is wrong to what is right, from what you lack to what you have. When you practice gratitude, you are reinforcing positive thoughts and affirming your worth. Gratitude allows you to recognize your achievements, no matter how small, and to appreciate the progress you've made toward your goals. It also helps you to see the opportunities around you, even in the face of adversity. By focusing on the good in your life, you begin to replace the negative, defeatist self-talk with an attitude of abundance and possibility. Another key aspect of mastering self-talk is the language you use with yourself. The words you use shape your thoughts, and your thoughts shape your reality. If you constantly tell yourself, "I'll never be successful," or "I'm not good enough," you are reinforcing a negative reality. But if you change your language to "I am capable of success," or "I am constantly improving and growing," you begin to create a new reality for yourself. The language of success is one of empowerment, belief, and possibility. It is about speaking to yourself as if you are already the person you aspire to be. By using positive, affirming language, you strengthen your self-belief and reinforce your potential for success. Mastery over self-talk also involves learning to be kind to yourself. So often, we are our own harshest critics. We hold ourselves to impossibly high standards and beat ourselves up when we don't meet them. But self-mastery means treating yourself with compassion and understanding. When you make a mistake or face a setback, instead of berating yourself, remind yourself that you are human and that mistakes are part of the learning process. Instead of saying, "I failed," say, "I learned a valuable lesson that will help me do better next time." Being kind to yourself in moments of failure allows you to bounce back more quickly and continue moving forward with a sense of confidence and resilience. In addition to being kind to yourself, it's important to be patient. Mastery over self-talk is not something that happens overnight. It is a skill that requires practice, commitment, and time. Just as you wouldn't expect to become an expert at a new sport or instrument after a few attempts, you can't expect to immediately master your self-talk. It takes consistent effort to rewire your brain and replace old habits of thinking with new ones. Be patient with yourself as you work through this process. Celebrate small victories along the way, and don't get discouraged when you slip up. The key is persistence. Over time, your new, positive self-talk will become second nature, and you will notice a profound shift in how you think, feel, and act. Another critical aspect of self-talk mastery is recognizing that you are in control of your thoughts. No matter what circumstances you face, you always have the power to choose your thoughts. You may not be able to control everything that happens in your life, but you can always control how you respond to it. If you face a challenge, you can choose to think, "This is too hard. I can't do this." Or you can choose to think, "This is an opportunity for growth and I have the strength to overcome it." Your thoughts shape your emotions, and your emotions drive your actions. By choosing empowering thoughts, you set yourself up for success and build the resilience needed to handle life's challenges. Mastering self-talk is not just about thinking positively, it's about thinking intelligently. It's about aligning your thoughts with your goals, your values, and your true potential. It's about recognizing the power of your mind to shape your reality and taking responsibility for the thoughts you allow to take root in your consciousness. When you master your self-talk, you become the architect of your life. You begin to see yourself not as a victim of circumstances, but as a creator of your destiny. Your inner dialogue becomes a tool for growth, motivation, and success. It is no longer a voice of doubt and fear, but a voice of confidence, possibility, and empowerment. Through mastery over your self-talk, you unlock the door to your fullest potential and open the way to a life of achievement, fulfillment, and joy. Persistence in the face of difficulty is one of the most valuable traits a person can possess. It is the ability to keep going even when the road gets tough, when challenges seem insurmountable, and when the odds are stacked against you. Persistence is what separates those who achieve their goals from those who give up along the way. It is the inner strength that pushes you forward when your body or mind wants to quit. The unwavering determination that says, "I will not stop until I succeed." Without persistence, dreams remain unfulfilled, goals remain unattained, and progress becomes an illusion. But with persistence, even the most difficult of circumstances can be overcome. The truth is, no worthwhile achievement comes without difficulty. Success is rarely a smooth, linear path. It is a journey filled with obstacles, setbacks, and moments of doubt. The road to greatness is not paved with ease, but with trials that test our resolve and force us to dig deeper within ourselves. Whether you are pursuing a career goal, working toward a personal milestone, or trying to overcome a personal challenge, the path will likely be fraught with difficulties. The question is not whether difficulties will arise, they will, but whether you have the persistence to push through them and continue toward your ultimate goal. Persistence in the face of difficulty is not about ignoring the hardships you encounter. It is about acknowledging them, accepting them, and finding the strength to move forward despite them. There will be times when you feel like giving up, when everything seems impossible, and when failure feels imminent. It is in these moments that persistence becomes most important. It is easy to stay motivated when things are going well, but true perseverance is tested when things are not going as planned. The ability to stay focused, to keep going despite the setbacks, is what will ultimately determine your success. One of the key elements of persistence is the ability to reframe failure. Failure is often seen as something to avoid or fear, but in reality, it is an essential part of the journey to success. Every successful person has faced failure at some point in their life. It is the mistakes, the missteps, and the setbacks that teach us the most valuable lessons. Failure provides feedback. It shows us what doesn't work, and it gives us the opportunity to adjust and improve. However, without persistence, failure can become a dead end. It is only by learning from our failures and continuing to move forward that we can turn setbacks into stepping stones. Persistence turns failure into fuel for success. When you are faced with difficulty, it can be easy to lose sight of your goal. The path forward may seem unclear, and the road may feel too long. But persistence requires a constant reminder of your purpose, your reason for pushing through the adversity. Having a clear sense of why you are doing what you are doing is crucial. Your why is what will keep you going when the going gets tough. It provides the emotional drive that fuels your actions and motivates you to push through obstacles. When your purpose is strong enough, it becomes your anchor in the storm, reminding you that the struggle is worth it and that your goal is within reach, no matter how difficult the journey may be. Persistence also requires the ability to maintain a positive mindset in the face of adversity. It is easy to become discouraged when things aren't going your way, but negativity only serves to drain your energy and hinder your progress. A positive mindset does not mean ignoring the difficulties or pretending that everything is fine. It means choosing to focus on the opportunities that lie within the challenge. It means looking for the lessons in every setback and finding the strength to continue no matter how many times you fall. A positive mindset helps you maintain your momentum even in the darkest of times and ensures that you are constantly moving forward even if the progress is slow. Another key aspect of persistence is the willingness to adapt. The path to success is rarely a straight line. There are often detours, roadblocks, and unexpected twists that require you to change course. Persistence is not about stubbornly sticking to a plan that is no longer working. It is about being flexible and willing to adjust your approach when necessary. Sometimes the most difficult situations require creative solutions, and persistence allows you to keep searching for those solutions, even when the way forward seems unclear. Persistence is the ability to continue moving, even when the map no longer seems to work. It is the courage to innovate, to try new things, and to learn from each experience, no matter how difficult. While persistence is undoubtedly a key to success, it is not a solitary endeavor. The people around you can play a crucial role in helping you stay persistent in the face of difficulty. Surrounding yourself with a supportive network of friends, mentors, and colleagues can provide you with the encouragement and perspective you need when things get tough. These individuals can remind you of your strengths, offer valuable insights, and help you keep going when you feel like giving up. Additionally, having a support system can help you maintain accountability. When you know others are rooting for your success, it becomes easier to keep pushing forward even when you encounter setbacks. It is also important to recognize that persistence is not about achieving perfection. The journey will not always go according to plan, and you will likely face moments of frustration, disappointment, and self-doubt. The key to persistence is not about avoiding these feelings, but about learning to push through them. Persistence requires resilience, the ability to bounce back from adversity and continue moving forward even when the road is rough. It means understanding that success is not a destination, but a process, and that each step, no matter how small, is progress toward your goal. Persistence is built through action. It's easy to talk about what we want to achieve, but the true test comes in the doing. Every day, persistence requires us to take action even when we don't feel like it, even when we're tired or discouraged. It requires us to keep putting in the work even when the results aren't immediately apparent. The small, consistent efforts we make every day compound over time and ultimately lead to breakthroughs. Often, the difference between success and failure is not the grand gestures, but the steady, determined actions taken in the face of difficulty. Another important aspect of persistence is self-belief. When you are facing difficulty, it can be easy to question your abilities. You may wonder if you are good enough or if you have what it takes to succeed. But belief in yourself is crucial for maintaining persistence. You must trust that you have the ability to overcome the challenges in front of you even when it doesn't feel like it. Self-belief is what enables you to keep going when everything seems to be going wrong. It is the inner confidence that says, I may be facing a difficult moment, but I have the strength to persevere. When you believe in yourself, persistence becomes easier because you trust that success is still possible no matter the setback. Persistence is also about long-term vision. It requires the ability to see beyond the present moment and to stay focused on the bigger picture. In times of difficulty, it's easy to get caught up in the temporary discomfort and forget why you started in the first place. However, keeping your long-term vision in mind will help you navigate through the short-term struggles. Every challenge you face is just a small part of the larger story. It is important to remember that the difficulties you face today are simply stepping stones toward the success you are working toward. With persistence, those moments of difficulty can become the very building blocks of your achievement. Ultimately, persistence in the face of difficulty is what transforms ordinary individuals into extraordinary achievers. It is what enables us to push through the pain, to keep going when we want to quit, and to maintain hope when it seems lost. Persistence is not a one-time effort. It is a lifestyle. It is the daily decision to keep moving forward no matter the obstacles that lie in your path. It is the power to turn setbacks into comebacks and to turn dreams into reality. With persistence, you can overcome any challenge, achieve any goal, and reach heights that you once thought were beyond your grasp. In the journey toward developing a positive mind, 4 habits stand as pillars of transformation. Definite purpose, daily gratitude, mastery over self-talk, and persistence in the face of difficulty. Each of these habits is not merely a practice, but a way of life. They reshape the way you think, rewire the way you act, and redefine what you believe is possible. A definite purpose gives you direction, it fuels your days with meaning, and keeps your feet moving even when the road gets tough. Daily gratitude shifts your focus from scarcity to abundance, from lack to blessing, helping you find joy even in the smallest moments. Mastery over self-talk turns your inner world into a source of strength, allowing your thoughts to build you up rather than tear you down. And persistence? It's the fire that keeps you moving forward when everything around you says to stop. These habits don't just create a positive mind, they build a powerful life, a life of clarity, resilience, courage, and unwavering belief. So guard your thoughts, align them with your purpose, give thanks every single day, and never ever give up, because a positive mind isn't just the beginning, it's the key to everything.